Good morning, beautiful ladies. I am going to put my makeup on today, and I just wanted to kind of show you all the stuff that I have. These are the highlights. There's dark ones, there's light ones. They all serve a different purpose. They can be color matched to your complexion. They have so many of these that you can use as an overall foundation, as just a camouflage if you want to camouflage a zit, or if you want to do a little highlighting or concealing around your eyes. Next that we have the contours, and I don't have all of them, but these are also very important for highlighting the natural features of your face. My cat's over here. And they can be color matched to you. Actually, all my customers have different ones. I've been lucky enough to be able to color match them. Next, we have our lip and cheek, and I don't have all of them, but these are quite a few. There are gloss, and then there's semi-gloss, and then there's what they call satin, which is a matte, and they can be used together. You could use two together to make a new color. You could use them separately. You could use one color on your cheek and one color on your lip, or you can match your cheek and your lip. So today, the palette that I'm going to be working with is this one right here I've put together, and it's got Hollywood, Linen, I've got the Glow Illuminator, I've got my Bella Bronzer, I have Sandy, which I've been trying, I have my Indigo. On the second side, I have Duke for my eyes, I have Kohl for my eyes, Lullaby, I have Cupcake, that's my setting powder, I have the wax, and then that's what I use on my eyebrows. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. And of course they have all the brushes, which I'll be using a few of those. So to get started, I need to pull my hair to the side. Here we go. So I look like a little weirdo, and I'm gonna put it in my hand. I'm doing it into my hand lately. I can get it in everywhere. And this stuff is really good for your complexion. Oh boy, we're gonna have a problem with that, aren't we? I'm a little broken out right now because of a certain time of the month, but this stuff has aloe and honey and distilled water in it. It's really good. So that's the setting spray that I just put on and I rubbed in. I'm also going to use on my eyes, I'm going to use the e.l.f. It's the eyeshadow primer. And this, you just rub it in, and it makes your eyelids a little tacky, so when you put your eyeshadow on, it really stays. I find certain times of the year I need this. If I'm oily or it's humid, normally in the winter months I don't really need it. All right, so today we're gonna do the hack, and I'm gonna do it with my brushes. So this is the buff brush. It has a small end and a bigger end, and I use the bigger end for my darker highlight, which is my Sandy. And I'm just gonna kind of get it in there. And I'm gonna do it on my chin. I'm gonna do it underneath here. I'm not gonna blend it right now. I'm just gonna put it on. We'll blend it in a minute. See how it already provided that coverage? And I haven't even really blended it. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit right here above my eyebrows. That hair is gonna drive me nuts. And I am gonna put a little bit around my nose, my mouth. But I haven't, you can see I'm red. I'm a little red. But see how it covers it up? Look at that. It's crazy. And we'll blend a little bit better later. My dog is doing something crazy out there. All right, next we're going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and do my contour next. And this is the contour brush that I use. I'll post it. I like it because it's got a flat end. And you can do all this, so you're gonna feel your cheekbone. You need to go right underneath your cheekbone. You don't want to go on your cheekbone, you want to go right underneath it. And everybody's cheekbone's in a different location. There you go. And then I'm going to go my forehead here, give it a little dimension, make it look a little smaller. Alrighty. And I am going to go right here in the bottom of my chin. See, I didn't go right here because you have a natural shadow there. So you're just accentuating your natural shadows. And I'll go a little bit down the side of my trachea. And then for my nose, I use my finger. I'm going to do my nose. And I kind of start right here and go down. All right, I'm going to do the other finger. I kind of go like that, and I left that little line there. And then I contour my lips with what's left over. All right. Now I'm going to do my highlight, which is my buff brush. I'm going to use the other side of that. And my highlight is the linen. I don't know if I showed you, that's my indigo. So far I've used that one, I've used that one, and we're using this one now. And this one, I'm going to get in the, what you call the triangle. My fingers don't do that, but kind of like to highlight your eyes. I'm not going to put it on my eyelids since I put that primer on there. And I'm not going to go over where I put it, where I put the darker highlight, my main highlight. But I am going to put it right here. You want to have that look where the sun or the light would hit your face. Right here. And right there. Okay, so now I'm going to do my cheek, which is Hollywood. And I'm going to use my buff and blend brush. I'm going to use the smaller end of that. And I'm going to start right here. I don't want to go too far in. Yeah, my cat's going to get in the video. And this Hollywood is a silk or satin. Sorry, it's a satin, and it has a little bit of gold flakes in it. I find because I have oily skin that the satins work better on my cheeks. And I'm going to put it a little bit on my lips. See what it looks like? It's kind of got that gold. And I'm going to use a lip liner later. But that kind of gets me started. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my buff and my blend brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start blending. And I'm going to blend the contour first. So I start darker. And I got the contour right there. Got it right there. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to kind of dab that off on a towel. And now I'm going to just start blending everything else. And you don't want to leave too much product on your face because it is cream based. And if you don't really pat it in there good and set it, it does tend to slide off. So I'm just kind of getting it in there. Sorry. All right. I go back with a little bit more of that. My blush. And I might put a little more contour. So I over blended just a tad bit. So I went back with that. I'm going to get a little bit of my contour there. And go right here on my nose. All right. And I will use the I will use the Bella Bronzer and the Glow Illuminator. I'll put that on last. So what I'm going to go now is I'm in the same compact. I've just used all those except these two, which I'm going to apply last. I'm going to go now to this side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my eyeshadow. And I'm going to start with this one. I believe it's the smudge brush. It has two different sides. I like to use the bigger side for my cupcake, which is the lighter color. And then I just kind of put all over, kind of as a base foundation. You don't have to do this. You can put it however you want, depending on what your shape of eye is. You know, everybody's shape of eye is different. So sometimes this by itself with a little bit of mascara and my, ooh, I put a little too much. A little bit of mascara and eyebrows, and I'm good to go. I'll get it underneath a little bit. Really get it in there. All right, look at that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is this is the eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use this end of the eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use my Lullaby. And I'm going to attempt to do this. I'm going to tap it. I've done it. Tap it. All right, so I'm going to do the rainbow. So we'll see. I'm not going to start down here. I'm going to start up, kind of, because if you go too far down, it goes way past your eye, and then you have a lot to clean up later. So I'm just kind of going to start it. And this is a matte. I like to use the mattes and the shimmers. Supposedly you're only supposed to put the mattes in your crease, but sometimes I'll do the shimmers, depending on what type of eye or what you're going for, or how young or old. The older you are, obviously, the less shimmer you're supposed to use. So, all right, it's not perfect, but it's a start. So I just put a little bit more on, tap it off. Now I'm gonna do this side. And like I said, I'm not gonna start down here, I'm gonna start here. And this eye, I never can do as well. I have to get a little bit more for some reason. Another one, I don't know why. And you just kind of run it. I go a little bit above the crease. All right. Next, I am going to use, I think I'm going to use Duke next. And I'm just going to use a little applicator that I have for that. And I'm going to get it right here on the edge. And you have to know that I don't have very good vision and I don't have contacts on. I don't wear contacts, but so it's going to be interesting. I might have to use here in a minute when I get to the detail part. All right. And I just went halfway in to the other side. Just went halfway in. And kind of really patting it in there. Get a good coverage on it. And I think I'm going to have to use one more color for the inside accent, which I'll get in a minute. I may end up using some of my illuminator in there. All right, so I've done two colors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my buff brush where I had that cupcake, and I'm just going to kind of go back and clean it a little bit. Get anything that's fallen. All right, and next I'm going to use Kohl, and Kohl is the darker one. I'm going to use it as an eyeliner. So what I do is I get my setting spray, I spray it in there. And then I use the multitasker brush, and I use the end. And I swirl it around and get it wet. And I dab it off, don't want to get it too terribly wet. Now let's see if we can do this without another mirror. See how it applies kind of like an eyeliner? I'll do the other side real quick. Not bad. All right, I'm gonna kind of get it out. Thicken that line up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more. And I'm just gonna go right in my actual crease. And you don't have to do your eyeshadow this way. This is just how I like to do it. All right, let me do this side. Same thing in the crease. This I always does is a little cattywampus. Then I'll get the other end, and I put a little bit of kohl on there. Kind of cleaned it off, and just kind of smudge it in there. Smudge it. Same thing this side. There. Get this in. Clean it a little bit. All right, I've used all 4 colors, but I think I need an inside color. So I'm thinking, what do we want to put on the inside? Let's try, might go a little dark. I may use this one, and I think it's Gilded. I will post it later. We'll find out for sure. And I'm going to use my little applicator here. Oop, put it in the wrong spot. Really get it in there, kind of up in there. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, here we go. A little bit more. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now on to the eyebrows. The eyebrows I have in my same palette, and I have eyebrow wax, and then I have shadow contour, and I'm looking for my eyebrow brush, which I do not see here, which is very strange. Did I not grab it? I grabbed it. Okay, so I take the spoolie end, and you put it in the wax, and then you're gonna comb your eyebrows up. As you can see, I don't have that much eyebrows. Okay, and then you take the shadow, which you can tell that's what I use this for. And I'm gonna just draw a line right on the bottom here. And normally when I color match you, your contour, your contour can be used as your eyebrow filler to contour your eyebrows. So give it a try. Don't be scared. So now I have an eyebrow. Okay, other side. Let's see. And you can also use the eyeshadows. There's Bird and Oak. Some people use Cola. If you have brunette hair, I mean, even if you have red hair and you have red eyebrows, you can use some of the Lip and Cheek. And there's a few there's a few eyeshadows that you can fill your eyebrows with. So I'm going to take this here, and I just put it on the cupcake, and I'm just going to kind of fix the top there on the cupcake. Just kind of give it a little definition. Okay, so before I do my spray on my face to make everything safe, I'm going to go ahead and do Bella Bronzer and the Glow Illuminator to kind of give myself a little glow, and then I'm going to pat it in really well. So basically what I do is I take the Bella and the Glow, and I just kind of put it together, and you're going to put it right here. You can kind of see it going on, and we'll blend this. And then a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. And you just want to kind of give it that glow look. And I kind of go back over my neck a little bit because you don't want your neck to look really lighter. And last but not least, before we finish up, I'm going to go ahead and use a lip liner. It can be anything. This one's called Davis Lips, and it's got it's a 2-color. But I want to set it all right. So now I'm going to take my e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist Set, and I'm going to shake it up. Okay, and before it completely dries, it's a little bit dry, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and it is powder, and I dip the big end of the brush in there, and then I kind of get it in the lid here. But I'm going to just press it in. And if you're not oily, you do not need to do this. But if you have a little oil or shine naturally, this kind of just locks everything in. And I even put it on my eyeshadow. Whoop. And then you can go back over and kind of pat it in to get your bronzer and your... All right, last but not least, we are going to do the mascara. And to do the mascara, I have got to use another mirror here. There's just no way to do it without it. So, and I do not put mascara on my bottom lid because it always ends up on my cheeks. So that's why I go a little thicker on the eyeliner underneath, because I'm not successful at keeping it on no matter what kind of mascara I use, and I don't want to use waterproof. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay, that is the look for today. I got my dry shampoo hair here because I did not wash my hair this morning. Actually, go get my hair done tomorrow. Yay! So that's it. Have a great day.